This is my 2019 McLaren 720S that was supposedly rebuilt from it being in an accident. It looks pretty good on the outside, but man, I'm finding out that there is so much hidden damage. So our intake tube has a nice fat hole in it and poor workmanship from the guys that I bought it from. Join me on this crazy journey getting it fixed. This is what you get when you buy the cheapest McLaren 720S. So you're not supposed to be able to just pull this panel off. I don't know what this is from, but it's not McLaren. Our front end, boy, what a friggin' mess here. So one of the pieces that you can see is just completely hammered. Here we've got this transmission cross member that looks like a floor jack was put under it without any sort of protection, and it actually ripped holes in it, and it's all bashed up and banged up. So when we were tearing it apart, I ordered a new to me one. Looks considerably better. It has a little tiny ding there, a couple little scrapes. So we've got our lovely road rash. This bracket's messed up. I'm still trying to get that bracket, but in theme with the build of this, it's the McLaren specific self-tapper screws with the extra holes just in case, as well as, oh yeah, we got self-tappers in through there. We got self-tappers that aren't even being used. Friggin' amazing. So this whole front bash bar obviously is messed up. We are going to be replacing it. Ta-da! There we go. There we go. Do you or do you not have a heartbeat? There you go. Go ahead and mess with the McLaren.
Remove the frame from the McLaren. I'm like, yeah, I've never worked on a car before. You're like, here, remove the frame off my McLaren. Yep. David.
Well, as almost every single day has been, I had another delivery today. So what is it? Well, we have a bracket right here. This bracket, this thing is totally messed up. It's all just hacked from trying to bend it. This broke. This has all these holes. It's supposed to look like that. Nice and straight and clean, and this doesn't. So I was faced with a couple of options. One, I called McLaren and I found out that they do not sell that bracket separate. They only sell it as an assembly that includes the bash bar with the bracket. That said bracket bash bar assembly from McLaren before tax and shipping was $3,200. So I about crapped my pants and I'm like going, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I thought for sure I was gonna be able to just order the bracket. So I got online again. I found Two. One was brand new that the guy was selling, he didn't end up using, that was $2,000 before shipping. And then another one that they were asking like $1,800, and I started offering them much lower. I did end up getting it for just a little bit less, so I ended up getting this assembly for $1,600. So essentially I had to pay $1,600 for that, because that's really all I needed, because that is in good shape. At least I was able to find one used. Very thankful for that. It still is just incredible how expensive some of these parts are being. All right, so here we go. We've got this old arm that is bent. Just gotta undo this last bit and we can compare. So we've got that shock disconnected. There we go. So I think this gives you a better idea. You can see this one that I've got is straight, and look at that. This thing's all up in the air and twisted. And then if you look at them this way, look at that. Pretty bad. Well, we got that arm together. Now round two. I wish I would have kind of looked a little closer at that back one, but now I got to order that one as well. So we're pulling calipers and that. So we're going to disassemble them so that they can get powder coated. We got our new brakes back from powder coat. Let's check them out. Oh. Look at that. We put the masking over it so that we don't accidentally scratch the caliper, and then I sand through it to expose only the McLaren. Brakes are done. I've got them all reassembled. I think they turned out awesome. I am super stoked with the color. Look at that. Brand new looking. Completely stripped everything that had orange on it, and then had the calipers all powder coated. But I am stoked with how these turned out. Okay, so we found, as I was going through all of this and seeing how bad that upper arm was in the front, I was looking at this suspension here. When the rotor was on it here, you could see that this was bent down. This is twisted. So we got to replace this bracket. This bracket is for the e-brake. The other thing, because I saw again how they had really kind of messed with that other arm. Look at this arm. It's got some big nasty marks on it where they were beating on it or bending it or something. And you can see, look down that arm. all up and down. This arm is getting replaced. And then this one is not quite as noticeable, but I actually put a straight edge on this, and this whole portion here is bent, probably the better part of about a ½ inch. When I compared it to this other side, this side is like dead straight, and this side has a nice bend in it. So we're replacing this lower arm, this e-brake bracket, and this upper arm.
Bit of bendage.
Oh, jeez. Well, we just got a delivery. Here is our new to me, and most importantly, straight arms. So we've got the left-hand rear arm, upper, and then we've got the new rear arm as well. You can actually see the difference. Here is this arm. You can kind of see the big nasty marks on it. So it was probably bent a lot worse than this, but they had attempted to kind of straighten it. I saw this, looks kind of like a snake. It should look like this. And then this lower arm, this has a nice bend in it right here. So we've got this new arm as well, and we're gonna be rocking and rolling. Here's all of our bolts. You can see it has a little bit of this blue Loctite, so we're gonna put some blue Loctite on there again. Throw a little bit on there. We'll go ahead and get all of these. So I think we're gonna tie it off here. We've got good suspension now in the car without bent A-arms. We've got good shocks. I've got these killer looking candy blue brakes that we've got put in. And on the next video, we've got some custom wheels, brand new Pirelli tires. None of these mucho machos anymore. Super exciting. We've got some big stuff happening, and hopefully even gonna be firing this thing up, maybe get some flames out of the exhaust. So until then, I'm out.